Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Are
Cheers
you having
to
a bolter? Is it a
cheers.
bolter?
Yeah, I wanted to get a Brisbane beer, but this was the only half decent beer that was at my local bottle shop. Sam's got the Brisbane
Okay,
Roar stubby
okay.
cooler with a
But it's around.
oh yeah, got the Bolter
A
glass
bolter glass.
with a homemade rum from one of our mates. Well, yeah. Look, cheers to you. Cheers to all of the other Brisbane fans out there. It's been a long time between drinks, I think, for us Raw supporters when it comes to a bit of positivity.
Yep.
Um, so, yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
That is something very extremely rare for me at the moment. I haven't had a beer at home for about a year. And I've gone 9 months up until Metallica without having a beer this year. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's a special occasion. And let me set the scene for you as to why it's a special occasion, Sam. Um, just imagine we're playing away against Adelaide. Um, I think we're
Imagine.
around in currently. I think we're in round about maybe fourth or fifth spot on the ladder. Um, before kickoff, right before kickoff, one of our key defensive midfielders, Miller at stage, tears his hamstring as he runs away from the huddle to get prepared for the kickoff. Kickoff's delayed by about 15 minutes as the team has to reassess everything. They have to figure out who's going to be playing where. They have to replace one of their best players. They're playing away against the manager's old team in Adelaide. Oh, excuse me, I just needed to have another little sip there. It's been a tough game, a rough game. There's been about 1,000 yellow cards.
Most of them for
Um,
the Raw.
yes, for about 900 of them to our bench. Um, the game has kind of been plodding along in the second half. There's been chances at both ends. Most of the chances up, we've had most of the chances.
Hmm.
Um, we the ball falls to James McGarry. He makes his way into the box, beats a few defenders, flicks the ball past one of their defenders who leaves their foot in and trips him, and no penalty is called. The Brisbane Roar bench erupts, as do I, as I'm sure do about 12, 15,000 other Brisbane Roar fans around southeast Queensland
Definitely.
at home. Then the replay comes along, and Andy Harper all of a sudden says, "Oh, hang on, I think that might have been a foul." It got missed once again.
Definitely got missed.
Brisbane has received all of the majority of the fouls in the game, all of the yellow cards as a consequence of that non-foul, non-penalty that's given. I think three of our bench received yellow cards. The game seems to be petering out towards a hard-fought, really well-deserved nil-all draw against Adelaide.
Yep.
We're into the 94th minute of 95. Actually, we're in the 95th minute because I think it was about
Yeah.
94,
94 something. Yeah.
94:30 something, maybe something like that. Ball's played back to Dean Buzanis, who previously in the game had gone down with a recurring, what
Pod
looks to be a
strain.
recurring quad strain, which did not hamper his distribution whatsoever in this instance. He plays an absolutely phenomenal tracer bullet of a ball that splits the entire field. It lands to our off-season signing in Christopher Long, who's just been on the field for about 5 minutes. He touches the ball, really nice first touch to take the ball away from one of the five defenders from Adelaide who are around him. Turns, finds a little bit of space, finds himself about 22 yards out from goal, and smacks in an absolute thunder bastard of a goal to win the game in the very last second for Brisbane Roar. I think that deserves a drink, mate. What about you?
It was phenomenal. I probably haven't celebrated like that since like a Socceroos goal. Like it was like I turned to it was, turned to Dad, and because Dad was at mine watching, turned to Dad, and, and we're both like we went to hug each other, but we're like, still gonna react. Just couldn't just astonished that how it happened. It was, I think it was the penalty. plus the frustration that all the players were feeling, we were feeling as well. And then that in there, it was just, it was chef's kiss. Just, and I finally got to say it's a long ball to long. That's all I was waiting for. Just a long ball to long. Oh, it was that was incredible.
Yeah,
And you get all these wankers online going, oh, they were celebrating like it was like they'd won the league. It's like, yeah, we won in the 95th minute. Like
mate.
you're going to celebrate that no matter what.
People from outside of Queensland just don't get it. They don't get
No,
it. That to me, like that was the epitome of. I mean, I know a lot of the majority of the players don't come from Queensland, right?
yeah, yeah,
But Michael Valkanis has come in. Ruben Zadkovich said that he was going to try and bring in Queensland spirit.
yep,
Michael Valkanis has dead set brought in 100% into what Queensland spirit is all about. That is what the Brisbane Roar used to do.
yep. Never
That's
back down.
never back down. Don't give up until the very last minute. And yeah, that was pure. That was like that was a vintage
Yep,
Queensland game
yep,
across any sport.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I've got notes. I took some notes throughout the game. But let me just ask you this. Just rack your brain. Like I've had a little bit of a think about it today, not too in depth, so we can have a bit of a chat about it. Um, it's been, a really tough. At least the last 3 or 4 years has been really tough for the club. I think
Yeah.
since our last title in what 2013, 2014.
20, yeah, 14, I think.
2014, I think, was the last one. Ever since then, it's everything. We've had, bright moments here and there,
Yeah,
but it's, off field, on field, it's been pretty shit for,
yeah.
for Brisbane Roar, for the club, especially for the fans, for a bunch of the players. It's been a really shit time. So just going back over the last 3 or 4 years, I know there's probably things that come close. Can you think of a couple of things off the top of your head that come close to anything as to how you felt last night?
No, that
No?
was no. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't felt that ecstatic about a victory or a goal in good 4 5 years. Like I cannot think back to anything that's comparable.
I've got a couple of things that, and like, see if you agree or if you think maybe not.
Yeah,
I think the making our way to our first Australia Cup final a couple of years ago under
was
Aloisi,
cool. Yeah,
that was a
yeah,
good feeling. Those first probably 4 or 5 games under Aloisi.
definitely. The start of this season is exactly how I felt. The start of that season was this is what we needed. We just needed a coach that doesn't take shit, a coach that's putting players. It doesn't matter who it is. You're going to play the position. You're going to play the role. You're going to play the way that we play. I can grab anyone off the bench. I can put them into a position on the field, and they know their role.
Yeah.
That's what we are, and that's what it takes to win. Like you saw it at Auckland last year. You saw how they just constantly were doing exactly what their roles were, and it dismantled teams so easily. So we just need to start dismantling. It's the only thing missing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the start of the game was giving me the shits. And I think by the reading, it was giving Adelaide fans the shits as well. The fact that neither team they both sort of wanted to run it into the back of the net. It felt like again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then yeah, obviously second half it opened up a lot more, and Adelaide got a lot more chances, and we got some very good clear cut chances, and
Yeah.
ended up being quite dramatic in the end. Like even
Mate,
I think
it
even
was
Adelaide were looking forward to having a 1 point there.
it was dramatic before the ball had even kicked off. Like
Mm.
I've never seen that.
No, and they didn't know what to do. They're like, does it like on the commentary they were saying by the sounds of things it's not going to count as a
As a
substitution and all this
substitution,
sort of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so they were like, we don't know what we do because technically the game's about to start, but it hasn't blown the whistle yet. So you should be
Yep.
able. Yeah, it was
Well, like in normal circumstances, when it does happen, like a player might go down and get injured in the warm up,
warm up. Yeah,
the actual warm up, and then you've at least got 15, 20 minutes maybe
yeah.
to get your other player warmed up properly. A little bit warmed
Mentally
up a little
ready
bit
as well.
more, and sort of have a think with your captain and your squad about exactly what the game plan is, how it affects it. So it was, yeah, on so many levels. Like I think that's what really adds to why it was such a fantastic victory last night. Like,
Yep.
and this we'll go into a little bit when we get to our 3-2-1s for the prestigious Bleiberg medal as well, mate. But um, yeah, I think it was like just phenomenal management from Valkanis and his team to not only adjust on the fly, to have the team,
Three times.
well,
They
that
adjusted three times in that match.
yeah, that
Yeah.
initial one, like having to replace Stage, and then from the get go again, once again, we were on the front foot.
Yep.
We were on Adelaide. We had chances in the first couple of minutes once again. So, and then there were some tactical changes. We can get into that a little bit as well. But
Yeah.
I just think from like trying to rack my brain, I think the over the last couple of years, probably the most satisfying win that we've had is probably that. I should have looked it up. Once again, not very well prepared, but I think it was last year. It might have been, was it maybe our first win for Zadkovic when we beat Sydney?
Was it a
Um,
KO? The game at KO or
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we beat Sydney like 4-1 or 4-2 or
yeah,
something like
something like
that.
yeah.
That
Just
felt pretty
dismantled
good.
them.
But that was like, that was an aberration compared to the
It
rest
was
of the
more and it
season
was more a relief
and a
than a
surprise.
belief. Yeah.
What happened last night from like, from that 2 seconds before kickoff all the way through to the final whistle, which I think ended up being in the 98th minute or something like that by the time it was all said and
Far
done.
out.
I can't remember anything like it. Yellow cards going to the bench. Um,
Yeah.
the coach turned like yelling at the camera, like yes, and,
Mm. And the way that
just
they ran onto the field and
the way that the
see, like
team
you don't see
celebrated.
that the coach, yeah. It's just showing that he's really imparted exactly how he used to play on
Yep,
everyone.
yep.
That's what it is. It's just him showing everyone basically that's probably all he does. Probably just okay, come in here. Now this is what I used to do and just shows them footage of himself.
You know what? I know that's
See how I went through the back of his legs there and got the red card? I would like you to do that.
it's funny you mentioned that, mate, because I'm thinking this is going back to when we did the episode just after the first episode of Raw Reborn had dropped, and when I mentioned you
Yep.
hadn't seen it, and I mentioned to you how they showed the footage from the very first team meeting that Balcanis did, where he
Yep.
had this full presentation done up about, they had like extended coverage of like the crowd at the grand final, that first grand
Yep.
final against the Mariners. They had extended footage of that. He just let it play and let the players, because there was a bunch of new players from overseas,
Yeah.
and
From
as you're
overseas. Yeah.
aware, um, some younger guys who, from other states who might not have been paid that much attention to the
Born.
game at the time. And
Yeah, they
just
were
everything
reborn.
that he said at that meeting, I was like, okay, like if he can get the players to run through walls, we could be on for something here.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that he must give some fucking amazing pre-match, halftime, and like video
Hand
sessions.
jobs. Oh, like,
um, I think he must have some amazing speeches that he's
oh,
giving to the players
definitely.
because I can't remember exactly what it was. I wish I'd gone back and watched it now. But at the very end of the game, after the game, when he did his on-field interview with the Paramount team, they
Yeah.
asked him something, and he went into he said that this game was like our version of the Battle of something. And then he said, "I'm not going to get into the historical side of it." That was so he must like every game he must
Yeah.
have like a
Which,
presentation that he gives to the players where it's like, right, this is the war that we're going in to fight, and
yeah.
he's got the historical side of it, and I think I seriously think that's what he's doing. I think he's
Yeah, definitely. Each game, he's got a different thing that needs to be addressed, and he finds something that's within history that the guys can relate it to.
yeah,
It's clever. It's brilliant. Like I remember watching the Panthers thing, and every year they've got this theme that runs through the whole year. So you've got a guideline to follow, and I think they had like a Top Gun thing the last time that they won the grand final, and it was
okay,
like yeah, and it ran through their whole. So they watched Top Gun, and then he went through what their theme of the year was, which was something to do with having your mates back or something like that. And
yeah,
then yeah, it was yeah, you've got someone that's your wingman. They're your wingman. That's your wingman. And the whole year you've got this grounding that you follow through. And he's probably doing the exact same thing. So each before every
yeah,
game, it's reiterating this is what we're doing, boys. Don't forget the focus. It's yeah, which is and I remember Jonas from the Raw membership. When I was chatting with him on socials, he was super excited after listening to the like to him talking to the team because he's like this it gave him the want to get out there and, and play it like yeah
yeah,
so he must have an amazing way of spinning a story and making you want to run through walls for him, which is fucking sick. Like I love
get
it.
get suited up for war and head out to
That's
battle.
it.
Yeah,
Like I'm waiting for them to come out with like the black what old mate was wearing at the cricket the other day.
Steve Smith,
The
the
Steve
Shandapur.
Smith's the tape. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shandapur ones. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's Shandapur. Yeah, the yeah, like I really am excited that he's got that passion for it, that he's giving the boys the rev ups that they need, and then calming them down when they need. Because you saw it in the first half. Saw him like slow it down, slow it down. We need to slow it down, and it did. It slowed it down, and we reiterated, and then they changed a couple of things, and that was like the second time that we made a tactical change in the game,
yeah,
and it was that moment where he just got them to settle it, and then the second half came along, and it obviously revved them up again, and they came out firing again. It was
yeah.
sweet to watch.
Well, look, I think we should mention as well, like this is the first time in a long time that we've managed to do, like we played on the Sunday and we're doing the podcast tonight on the Monday.
Yeah,
So everything's still pretty fresh. I normally would like to watch a replay of the game,
yeah, yeah,
but I haven't managed to do that. But you run me through, like, I've got some notes. We can start to go through some stuff, but I let you mention that you noticed three tactical changes. Look, go through them and I'll see if they line up with anything that I noticed as well, mate.
yeah. Well, obviously the first one's losing a player before the game.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
had to change everything up then.
Yeah. What and so
Um,
did you notice just on that? Did you notice
yeah,
how we lined up after that? Did you have a look?
I didn't know because I was cooking dinner, so I didn't see how he lined up. But it
All
was
right.
noticeable from the kickoff, like that we weren't in the same structure. We had Sam Klein seemed to be a bit further back. JSA was in front of him, and
Mhm.
Sam Klein was playing the interplay role. So that was a big change for the start of that match. So I don't know if that was tactical or if that was just because of the injury. They just
It was
brought him
tactical.
into
It was because
yeah,
of the injury. Like, so I
yeah,
noticed when we lined up because he obviously put it. He looked like he was going to bring Noah Myroney on, and then that switched
okay,
to bringing Austin Ludwig on,
Ludwig on
and
yeah,
we started with the back five.
yeah,
So we started with Salas, um, Valkanis, Ludwig, Harrington, and McGarry
yeah,
as our back line.
as a five, yeah,
And that was probably for about the first 5 minutes, and probably the first probably 10 minutes or so. And then I noticed
mm,
there must have been a Adelaide must have switched their play a little bit, and then Valkanis readjusted again, and all of a sudden we had Salas was pushing further up in
yeah,
attack on the left. Valkanis was on the right. So we
yeah,
switched to like a essentially like a back four that could
or
fall
with
back into
a
a back five.
yeah,
So yeah, we had Valkanis at right back, and then Ludwig and Harrington and McGarry, and then they would switch back into a back five at times, and they were Valkanis and Salas and Ludwig were, and even Harrington were all kind of like changing and moving into that midfield stopper
Yeah,
position.
yeah, the stopper. Yeah, that's it. We definitely were. Yeah, it wasn't one man playing that stopper role. It was definitely all three of them,
Yeah,
and it was like yeah, sort of a license to step up as well. So had Ludwig at one stage got the ball, and instead of playing it back or playing it out wide, it just went straight through to Sam Klein, and Sam Klein put it out to the wing, and then put it up front to Long, and he was yeah in towards goal. Like it happened that quickly. Like it was really cool to see. But no, it was yeah. So there was that one. The second one that I noticed was the slowdown. So they slowed everything down, went back to the back five or six. Really, it was like a back six. Um, it was two of us in the middle of the field, and then yeah, so you had yeah the six then, and then two up front. Yeah, so two up front, one in, then there was no wing or anything. So it was just purely like a like an anchor sort of shape. Is the best way to describe it. Yeah, that's what we were sort of in, and we slowed it down, and the game completely changed for about sort of 10-15 minutes there, and really slowed down, and they I think they had the ball a lot in that, but we were just keeping them up their end, and yeah, fully like just killed any momentum that was happening in the game. And then yeah, the third time was coming out in that second half, and it was like yeah, basically go for it. Absolutely, just every opportunity you've got, put a ball in behind. Every time that you've got the ball out wide, try and find a man that's in the middle so that you can move and get in front. And
yeah.
it was yeah, just constantly this like 4 or 5 players on each side, yeah, going together to move it forward. And yeah, like completely, totally changed the tactic of the game then. And then
Well,
Adelaide put on those 3 players, and it killed that off and
yeah.
slowed that completely down for us. So, which they reacted to, which was really really cool.
Well, the other big tactical decision as well was at halftime when he brought Lawton and Long
Mm.
on at halftime for Roos and Vracus. So Vracus he didn't exactly go missing, but I've got a feeling that because I mean like Lawton on for Vracus, like it's not a defensive move by any means, and Long on
No,
for Roos is like for like. Wasn't like he was parking the bus and trying to go for the point. But Lawton came on and chased everything. Like
yeah,
Fracas doesn't really. He's not that kind of player. He doesn't. I mean, he gets stuck in, and the
yeah,
thing I like about Fracas that I'm starting to like about him is his ability to make those little switches. Um,
yes,
he doesn't play those big long sweeping switches, but he will get the
no,
ball on that middle left channel and then play it out to the right,
yeah,
and vice versa. Lawton's not like that. He just gets in and like a little like a Madoka.
Madoka, yep, that's the way.
Yeah,
Yep.
the little
Just the multi.
little Afro beef just zipping around the field. So yeah, there was I think
Mm.
overall there was some fantastic tactical switches from both coaches.
Both, yeah, it was noticeable.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Look, mate, we've got about 10 minutes to go on this.
Yep,
So I think we're going to try and do everything in the next 10 minutes because I don't think we need to do any further analysis on what we've just done. I took some notes. I don't even really need to go through them. I don't think. We've got
yep,
some YouTube comments and some 3-2-1s to
cool.
get through.
Well, that was
So
the others. Yep.
let's get stuck into that. Let's go through the 3-2-1s for the Blyberg medal first, mate. You let's go 1, 2, 3,
All right.
and we
So
talk from
one is we'll do it. I'll do mine, and then you do your one.
there.
My one was the being able to say long ball to long. That was
Okay.
that was my one point. So the long ball, the ball itself gets the Blyborg point for being able to be the long ball to long.
Yep.
If
Well,
only we
mate,
had someone. Yeah.
I was going to say Roos got assist of the week last week. for that
Yeah, true.
ball
Yep, yep,
through to Vidic. So I think Pizarnis is going to get assist of the week this week.
for sure. That was insane. And I watched it again just before, and I was just like, it's like it's
I've watched
so
it a
much
thousand
better.
times. I've
Yeah,
watched it a
so
thousand
much
times
better.
today.
What's your
Um,
one?
my 1 point is going to go to Milo Stajic. Um,
Yep.
the poor bugger. He was in tears on the sideline when he came to the bench. Falcone sat down with him, put his arm around him, and he was
Yeah.
crying. The poor bugger. You could see, and that for me, like it shows how much he wants to play for the club and how much he wants to play with the boys. And yeah, I really hope it's not that bad. I've got a feeling it probably is. Um, I think we're going to be
It's the
without him
up.
for.
It's sounds like it's the upper inner part. So
Yeah,
it
he
just you,
he he was
you
no
can't
good when they
run.
were he was
Yeah.
no good when they were doing the stretches on him. So yeah, my 1 point goes to Milo Stage.
Okay. Cool. Um, my two goes to Dad. Dad saying, "Pass it back, pass it square." I when he said it, I was just like, "Why isn't Andrew here?" As soon as he said it, I was like, "Oh, I love that." That's a dad thing when he's coaching. Is if you need to recycle the ball, it's pass it back, pass it square. It should never be pass back back. Always pass it back, move it out wide, then you open up the opportunity again. So, hearing him say pass it back, pass it square was yeah, a nice little bit of warmth in my heart.
All right, awesome. Um, oh man, bloody fly in the house again.
Flies trying to get 2 points.
Number two for me goes to Michael Balcanis for pretty much everything that we just spoke about before. The way that he handled that start to the game with Stage
Yep,
going off, the way that he sat down with him and consoled him when he came to the bench, the way that he was up and about the whole game, the tactical switches that he made, the way that he's got the players playing for each other and playing for the club,
yep.
the way that he came over and yelled at the camera after we scored the goal.
That
And I'm
was
pretty
so
I'm
good.
pretty sure he said, "This is Brisbane," and then
Oh, really?
um, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Oh
that's what
shit! I
he
want to. I
said.
want to rewatch that now. This is Brisbane. I love it. Did
Um,
he do the? Did he
and
do the? This is our home.
it was kind of like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
mad. I love it.
I don't think I've ever seen a Brisbane Roar coach react like that.
I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, actually, I have. Old mate from. Oh god, what was his name? The in the World Cup, one of the coaches.
Oh, we've
Like
seen,
ran the length of the field after they scored. It was so
and
good.
you've seen Mourinho act like that all the
Oh,
time, but
Mourinho, yeah, all the time, yeah.
yeah, we've
But I mean, in A League,
never seen an A League coach, never saw bloody Warren Moon react like that,
never will.
because nothing like that ever happened under him. Yeah, so my 2 points goes to Valkanis for all of the stuff that we talked about, and also in his post-match press conference, he also 2 weeks in a row now that he's made more historical references. He mentioned that we were basically playing like the Trojan horse
Yep,
that the Greeks gave to Turkey, saying that people are expecting one thing and they're getting something completely different. So that's
yep.
on the back of the Alexander the Great comment last week. So 2 points to Valkanis.
And number three is to Long for his. It's a lot of longs in mine today, but
Mm-hmm.
it's Long when he scored and went over and embraced Stajic. So or Stajic.
Yeah.
That like filled my heart. Like I was like, this is just the greatest. Like these boys are there for each other. This is exactly what I want to see in a football team. And just yeah, like amongst all of that chaos of everyone celebrating the goal, if he had the presence of mind to get over there and make sure that yeah he was a part of it, even though yeah probably won't be for the rest of the season, unfortunately. Yeah, because it's
Hopefully
a short season too.
yeah,
So
hopefully he's not out that long, but yeah, long.
mm, long,
speaking
too
of
long.
speaking of that long, yeah, 3 points for me also goes to Chris Long.
Nice.
Um, yeah, for everything that you've just mentioned as well, like for going to stage, for his attitude, like he's had to bide his time a little bit. He's been injured. Crew Alexandra fans said in the off season that if you can keep him out of the doctor's office, he'll score you goals. We've
Yep.
been waiting for it. He's been waiting for it, and what a bloody way to do it, mate. And look, I'm actually going to give Chris Long an extra bonus point this week,
No,
so you better
go
write
write it
that
down.
down.
Yep.
So he's racking up some points this week. He's getting a bonus point from me for dropping an F bomb in the post match interview.
Yes. How good is it? I've got one of Parker's little friends from Indy who he goes to school with now as well. Their parents, well, dad is a like proper scouse, and I can never understand a word he says. Uh, and as soon as I was talking about, it, I'm like, oh, it's just exactly the same person.
Yeah.
They're they're carbon copies of each other. The bloody scouse. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the 3, 2, 1s for the Blyberg Awards done.
Yep.
Mate, we've only got about 2 minutes to go, so let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll wrap the YouTube comments up, and then yeah, we'll wrap the episode up for the week. All right, we're going to be back in by the magic of editing very soon, guys. All right, guys, we're back from a bit of a break for us, and through the magic of editing, zero break for you guys. Sam, let's get stuck into the YouTube comments, and we did get another Spotify comment as well, so we'll go
Oh,
through them
sweet,
in a sec.
nice.
We're well and truly into time for me to be in bed right now. The celebratory beer is all done. Um, yeah, mine's finished. That has replaced my usual ashwagandha and magnesium. Um, so I'm sacrificing some of my sleep to celebrate Longy's amazing fucking goal. All right, let's go with the YouTube comments. We got another comment from Kira telling us to keep it up and she loves the vlogs. Thanks, Kira. Um, Randall Stevens says, "Love the podcast, lads. I see New Bridge City Post. I watch New Bridge City Post.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Thanks, man.
we weren't at our best last Friday, but once again, we showed our grit and determination. How good was that analogy by Valkanis? We have a winning culture now, and it's bloody beautiful. I believe we've had 4 clean sheets out of 6 games this year, which is outstanding. Still haven't conceded at home. We have improved so much defensively in a short amount of time. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for Adelaide. They've got goals in them, but just like last year, I think their defence is going to get found out and leak goals. Brisbane 2-1 on Sunday. P.S. I saw Andrew at the game, but was lining up to buy beers. Um,
More
that's
important things.
that's possibly where I was as well. That might have been where you saw me. Once again, guys, like you can see if you're watching on YouTube, you see what we look like. Just come and say hello to us at the games. Love to have a chat. Um, yeah, so thanks, Randall. He has left comments on most of our videos over the last couple
Yeah,
of years.
thanks,
So
man.
thanks, mate. GLB7897. We'll need to do a better job of maintaining possession against Adelaide, otherwise, we might lose. Our offensive issues put excessive pressure on our defence at times. Predicting 1-1 for this game. Hopefully, a better quality pitch will enable better quality attack from the Roar. And I think that is
Pretty bang
true.
on. Pretty bang on, yeah.
Yeah. I would probably just also say that up until that amazing goal from Long, I was still, you know, a little bit frustrated with us aimlessly giving the
Giving it
ball away,
away.
giving it
Yep.
away. Just, I mean, in that case, the fucking hoof up the field from Buzanis was amazing. But that's one out of what fucking 400 of them this year that he's
Yeah,
put
pretty
up.
much. That's why his quad's straining.
Yeah. I would like to see us, yeah, recycle possession a little bit more and just try and play some football for a little while.
Yep.
Um, we did that in patches the other night, like last
But
night.
mind you, you did hear Volcanus going on about that post game as well, saying that he doesn't like having possession basically for the sake of having possession isn't what we're all about. Like we don't need to have all the
No,
possession to be able to do what we need to do.
it's not possession for the sake of possession that I want to see. I want to see meaningful possession. I want to see us,
Yeah, yeah.
hold on to the ball and like not put our defense under so much pressure all the time needlessly. Put the
Not
other
passing it to the
defense,
man with three people standing around him.
yeah, put the other
Look for a
defense under
different
pressure
person.
for a little while. Make them
Yeah.
run around. It's hot. It's summer.
Especially
All
when they're
right.
up north. I didn't realize we haven't conceded one at home yet.
We haven't conceded at home, and that is now what's that? 5 out of the 6 games this season that we've haven't conceded a goal. I think it is
It's
something like that.
awesome.
Well, what was that comment from Randall? He said, "Oh, we've had a clean sheet 4 out of the 6 games, so that
Yeah,
makes it
four to
five
six.
out
Yeah,
of 5 out of 7.
it's
Um,
pretty awesome.
Unbelievable compared to the last couple of seasons, mate." Um, Koi Clonus, who Sam, remember we have to organise the
Yep.
$25 voucher for
Don't
him
worry.
this week. Try and do that on Thursday. Be happy with the 1-1 against Adelaide.
Yep.
Jonas
Ended up being that
says
way.
Jonas said, "I'm drawn to the Bridge City podcast like a moth to a flame. Keep it up, fellas." Thank you so much for everyone who's like comes back and watches and leaves
Yeah.
comments and sends us messages and stuff. We really really appreciate it. Nicholas from up in Rockhampton says, "Glad you guys are back and everyone is okay now. Club seems to be trying to get the crowd back. Football is looking
Hmm.
better, as you said. Hard not to be optimistic against victory. I'm thinking a 3-2 win.
Oof.
Driving. Oh, hang on, that's going back into the previous week.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I agree with him there. Yeah.
that was the comments from this week's video. And I'll just bring up. We did get another Spotify comment from I think it's Daniel who leaves us the comments on Spotify. Go there. Yeah, it's Daniel. Daniel Han. Hi guys, thanks again for the podcast. While I was delighted with the win over Melbourne victory, it would have been nice to see the team try a bit harder to score a second goal. The style of
Yep.
play was really ugly to watch, and I hope we can put most of that down to the state of the pitch. Hopefully, on a better pitch against Adelaide, we can play some nicer football. I'm tipping a 1-1 draw.
I'm in total agreement with you. And even in the Adelaide game, same thing. We
Yeah.
we missed the easy opportunities and we seem to score the hard ones. I don't know. It's
Well,
but no,
I
I
mean,
totally agree. Yeah.
we almost Sam Quine took a punt there and almost
That's right.
snuck one
Yep.
past the keeper.
He was
Um,
so dirty at himself that he put it straight at the keeper too.
well, that's all of the comments done.
Yep.
I was just thinking of something then. Oh yeah, a couple of things that I did notice, mate. Now that we're recording again, and I'm going to be late going to bed anyway, so may as well talk about some stuff.
Yep.
Um, has been noticeable particularly over the last 3 weeks, that Brackus is now taking the right hand side corners instead of
Yeah, they've
um,
they've yep.
Shay. Um, no one's still managed to take the ball off him for a free kick yet. I think Chris Long might be chomping at the bit to take one away from him. He tried to get that one in the second half away from him. He
Yep. He
stood there
was
with him for a little
lingering.
while with
Lingered.
McGarry and O'Shea. So I think Long's probably going to look at that goal from last week and be like, "All right, mate, give me one. Let me have one." Um, what have we got? Don't really need to go into too much of the stuff that I noticed in the game. Yeah, um, I noticed like I think our press was a lot better in that game as well, Sam. A lot more, like a
Yeah, felt yeah.
bit more cohesive in our press. Wasn't as sporadic. I thought Vidic once again had a really good game up front.
Oh man, I'm loving Vidic. He
Yeah.
is yeah, definitely got the pass mark for me this year so far. So
Oh, I
hopefully
think
he continues it.
we messaged about it last night that I think if that was his longest minutes that he's had, the longest minutes that he, the
Long. You'll
most
stop
minutes
saying
that he's
long.
had in a little while. So I think when Long is ready to go, I think we need to start with Vidic and Long up front
Vidic, yeah,
and
definitely.
bring Roos on in the second half. Like unfortunately for Roosy, I thought he would have had a couple of goals by now, and he probably you look at some of
Probably
the
should
chances that
have,
he's had,
really.
he
Yep.
probably should have had a couple of goals by now. Vidic is putting them in. Long's just scored a banger, so his confidence is going
Klein
to be through
is
the roof. Klein scoring. Yeah. Couple of I noticed Phil Anselmo came on for Adelaide in the second half. Their Brazilian signing from Pantera.
Yep, from
And
Pantera.
Anselmo, the cowboy from hell. Um, I also noticed that Taladera, one of the subs who came on for Adelaide, he looked like Jack from Hook. Remember the
Oh,
movie
really?
Hook?
Yeah, I didn't even notice. Yes.
Just needed a little baseball cap on. Yeah, obviously we were absolutely robbed of that penalty on
Well,
McGarry.
penalty, definitely.
Um, and then I noticed that that in the second half, there, start of the second half, there was a really awesome use of the body by Long on Kikianis, who's playing really well this year. And then got past him, and then Kikianis had to foul him. Like
That's right. Yeah,
that's
yeah. The
that's where I think Bruce could learn a lot from watching the way that Long uses his body. You
yep.
don't just because you're big and barrel chested doesn't mean you've got to try and run through the players.
Yeah,
You can
exactly. You just gotta
use
make it look like you're going one way, go the other, and they fall for it every time when you're the bigger person. They really do. They expect you to use your body, and if you just use your body in a way that's yeah not tough, yeah, with a
yeah.
bit of finesse, yeah. I do
So
it.
yeah,
I do it a lot, and I'm 130 kilos, and yeah, I look like I'm going to barrel you over when I'm yeah backing up into you, and I'm just turning the other way.
yeah. I think
Do it all the
Roos
time.
really needs to watch some tape of Long, because
Yeah.
that's probably two or three times in the last 2 weeks where Long has had the defender behind him and has
Yep.
managed to turn him, and really good use of the body. Yeah, I mean, I just one of the things that I really noticed was that Brackus has taken those corners away from O'Shea, and then McGarry's obviously taking them over on the left hand side. So a little bit less work for O'Shea in the games.
Yep.
And I was thinking maybe in a couple of weeks' time we should probably do like a bit more of an in-depth look at how O'Shea's going this season.
Yeah.
Pretty bloody
Definitely.
good,
Yep.
pretty bloody good, just quietly. But I think we have to start preparing for time, for post O'Shea
Without. Yep.
as well. Um, yeah, look, I think we've pretty much covered everything that I sort of had in mind to go through tonight, mate. One thing that I did, I think I messaged you about it today when I had the idea,
Yep.
was I think it would be a really good idea if you and I organised an away game at a pub somewhere up in Brisbane and did like a
Yep.
Bridge City away day party or something like that.
Definitely.
That'll feed into my hospo event experience. I think we can put together something. So if any of you guys and girls who are listening who would be keen for something like that, let us know where everyone lives. If you're south side, north side. If you're on the north side, sorry, probably going to make it on the south side because south side's the best side.
It's better.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like off the top of my head, I was thinking it will depend on whether the pub's got Paramount or not. But I used to like when I used to live 5 minute walk away. I used to love going to the Shafton in that
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
beer garden out the back there with the big TV. I'm not sure if they still got it, but if people would be keen on that, like if I wouldn't care if three people turn up for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But if any of you guys would be keen, if we organise something like that, we might try and look to organise some giveaways on the day as well. Probably either through the club or um, I don't know, might reach out to the den and see if they want to come along.
Yep.
Just like kind of informal, but see if we can get some giveaways for the day. And yeah, I just thought that would be a really cool idea. That rather than us trying to try and figure out how we can do like a live vlog watch along or something like that, I figured something like
Yep.
that would be a lot better. And then obviously
Definitely.
we can have our cameras and stuff there and make a little bit of a make some content out of that. So if you'd be keen to come along, watch the game, an away game with us sometime up in Brisbane, leave us a comment down below on the YouTube video or on Spotify. And yeah, we'll look to organise that over the coming month or two. You happy to do something like that, Sam? If we can line it
Hell
up.
yes. That'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. Cool. Let's look at organising that. Anything else from you, mate, before we wrap up?
No, that was pretty much it. It was just bloody awesome. It's amazing how much your team can affect your week.
Oh, mate, I reckon some people got lucky
Crazy.
last. I reckon some people got lucky last night.
Definitely. Well, my mate Steve, if Steven's listening to this, he announced today that he is, well, he's not pregnant. His his wife is pregnant. So congratulations, Stephen, if you're listening.
Oh, awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So the guy that he used to work at Top Dog with me.
Yep.
Him and his missus, they announced that today. So I got on the phone immediately, like the other 500 people that were probably trying to call him at the same time. But yeah, no, really, really cool news. I love hearing that, especially because they're young as well. So they're sucked in. You've been trapped now.
No sleep for you, buddy.
Nope. Oh,
Um,
from June next year. That's what I said. Said it's awesome. You're having a June baby. It's nice and cold, and yeah, you really want to get up in the freezing cold in the middle of the winter. It's definitely the best time.
all right, look, Sam, let's leave it there. I need to go to bed because I have to start work in about 7 hours' time.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Um,
starting at 7, so
I'm starting at 5 o'clock, and it's now
nice.
10:30. So, um, all right, thanks everyone once again for watching or listening, whatever you do. As always, leave us comments on YouTube and on Spotify. Actually, you know what? Actually, sorry, mate. Just before I do that, we did get a couple of things on Instagram as well because I put a question up on there today. So I'll just quickly go through that, and then we'll wrap up and I will go to bed
Sweet.
immediately. I put a post up, like a story,
Yeah.
and I just asked for people's thoughts on the game last night.
Oh, cool. Yep.
So, Michael Drynan said, anyone, anywhere,
Yeah.
anytime.
Anytime.
And a great call that I saw from someone in one of the comments. I got amongst the comments on all of
Yeah,
the
that
Roar
was
posts last night.
that
Um,
13 comments in a row.
Someone said that the Den needs an anyone, anywhere, anytime TIFO at the next home game, and
Yep,
100%
definitely.
on board with that. That needs to happen.
Yep. Take some
um,
donations. I'll put donations in. That's a
yeah,
fucking
if you
great
guys need
idea.
donation for the TIFO, let us know. I'm sure we can find people to tip in for it.
Yep.
Um, Sam Osing says, great to get the goal at the end as we were robbed of a penalty, 100%. Nicholas says, gritty performance. They dug deep and fought hard till the end. Absolute scenes at full time, both at the game and in many households around Southeast
Yes.
Queensland, mate. And obviously he's not in Southeast Queensland. He's up in Central Queensland. So shout out to Nicholas.
And
Um,
can someone remind me at the next away game? I'm looking at the camera now.
yeah.
Can someone please remind me to film myself watching it?
Okay.
Because I am an idiot. I'm an absolute. My baby will be asleep, and I will try and wake them up. I'm a loud person.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah,
I think Kristen, your wife, can vouch for that too.
definitely yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she has to live through
Yeah. Sam makes all sorts of funny noises when goals go in and
it.
tackles are made and things
Yeah,
happen.
I've slowly learnt that I have to keep my clothes on now. So
And then Joey said Long's goal last night is the Roar's best moment in years. And yeah, we've already touched on that.
definitely.
100%, 100% agree. All right, Sam, look, let's leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching, listening. If you do watch on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Yeah, I mean, on the back of all the positivity of that game, yeah, like I know we've received a whole bunch of stuff come through on Instagram and whatever. So,
Yeah, thank you so
please,
much, guys. Really
yeah,
do love
it's
seeing it.
awesome. It's awesome to, you know, take a little bit of time out of our week to do this, and then find out that people actually want to keep hearing from us.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
yeah,
lovely.
we would love it. You know, if you all you have to do is just subscribe on the YouTube channel and give the video a like. That's all we ask of you.
Yep.
We're not asking for much. And if you listen on Spotify or Apple, a rating or a thumbs up or whatever the rating system is
Okay,
on
yep.
those platforms. All it does is just help the podcast sort of get delivered to other Brisbane Roar fans and A League fans. So it helps us out a lot on our quest to get sponsored by Broken Hearts Burger Club.
Don't even mention them during the last game. So
Oh, actually, sorry.
yep.
One more thing. We did have a request a couple of weeks ago from some people saying that they like to hear our dad's thoughts on the game.
Oh
Um,
yes,
and,
we did
and
get
he
his.
did send us through. So did you got them there, Sam, or are you
I'm on
recording
my phone, so
recording on your phone? Okay. Um, Dad left a couple of thoughts on the game. He said, "It's the first time in years that I've seen the Raw play with true passion from the coach all the way through to the handful of dedicated supporters, a true confidence and belief in themselves in attack and defense." Another comment. In previous podcast, viewers have commented, pardon me, that's my celebratory beer coming back to haunt me before I go to bed. Um, in previous podcasts, viewers have commented about the long balls out of goals, and I agree to a point, but I think it was a tactic to move the play up the field until the team started to gel better. A classic case of a great long ball out of goal was the last minute goal on the weekend. 4 touches, including the keeper. Eyes open can result in a goal if they use it correctly.
yep.
Yeah, and I agree with that to a point, Dad. But once again, I still think we need to play a little bit more football. I think we can combine the two a little bit more. I don't think booting it upfield has to be the default. I think the players are well and truly good enough to pass the ball around a little bit.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And Dad's prediction for the MacArthur game is MacArthur 1, Raw 2, and he's tipping Long and Klein to score the goals.
Well, they're nice. Well, I'm going with a Henry Hoare goal for my prediction.
Okay.
I reckon it'll be either a 1-0 or a 4-0.
Ooh, okay.
I reckon it's gonna be either be floodgates open
hmm
or it'll be another tight one that we have to battle for the end. But
I've got a
I'm
feeling it's going to be a tight one. I'm going to predict
yeah,
one all
because
draw.
they're good at defense. That's why I was thinking. But I was thinking the 1-0 Henry Hall
Yeah.
and my
Okay,
dog is
one
barking.
nil Henry Hall. I'm going to say 1-1, and I'm going to say, um, yeah, I've got to back Longy in for 2 in a row. I think
Yep.
he's going to be up and about after that one the other night, last night. Okay, let's maybe try the fourth attempt to wrap things up for this video. Yeah, thanks once again. We really appreciate it, guys. We will see you after the MacArthur game,
Yep.
and hopefully with
After
another celebrate
another point or two, we're what did I say? How many points did I want to get from?
7. I think you
I don't
said.
remember. I think it's 7. Yeah.
Yeah,
So 3 down, 4 to go.
yeah,
Love it.
out of the next 3 games. All right, let's wrap that up, Sam. I need to go to bed immediately, and thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you after the MacArthur game. Cheers.
Peace.